Today we're breaking down Marshallian demands and Hicksian income compensation into a few simple steps. So let's get started. We have this Cobb-Douglas consumer utility equation, which states the consumer's preferences, and this equation for their budget constraint and market prices of good X and good Y. Firstly, we focus on finding the original Marshallian demands for good X and good Y. Write the expansion path by equating the marginal rate of substitution, which is the ratio of the marginal utilities of goods X and Y, to the price ratio of these goods. The key is to solve for Y in terms of X. Next, we substitute this expression of Y star into the budget constraint, thus solving for X star, representing the original Marshallian demand for good X. Finally, we substitute X star back into the expansion path to find Y star, which is the original Marshallian demand for good Y, and we can use X star and Y star in the utility function to find the numeric value of the consumer's utility. Thus, we have maximized Cobb-Douglas consumer utility subject to a linear budget constraint. Essentially, it's a matter of shifting out the utility function just enough such that it intersects the budget line at a single point, and the slope of the budget line is given by the price ratio. The process to find the final Marshallian demands is exactly the same as the one we used to find the original Marshallian demands, but we use a new price ratio given by any possible price changes. Here we look at an increase in the price of good X from 2 to 4. So our initial price ratio was 2 divided by 10, which is 1 by 5. And our new price ratio is 4 divided by 10, which is 2 by 5. We repeat the same three-step process to find the final Marshallian demands. In the case of a price increase, utility falls since less of the price increasing good can be bought. And in the case of a price decrease, utility rises since more of the price decreasing good can be bought. Essentially, we pivot the budget line with its corresponding optimized utility according to the new price ratio. In this case, the budget line pivots inwards around the vertical axis since the price of the good in the horizontal axis has increased. However, after a price change, we can modify the consumer's income to go back to their original level of utility. This is called Hicksian income compensation. In this case, instead of having a budget constraint, we have a utility constraint. But we still repeat the three steps by using this utility constraint and the new price ratio. Thus we find the Hicksian demands, which we can substitute back into the budget constraint with the new prices to find the compensated income that would be required to return the consumer to their original level of utility. In the case of a price increase, income rises since more money is required to purchase more of the price increasing good. And in the case of a price decrease, income falls since less money is required to purchase less of the price decreasing good. Essentially, we shift out the budget line with the new price ratio such that it intersects the original maximized utility at a single point. From all of our calculations, we can now find the Hicksian consumption effects. The substitution effect is given by the Hicksian demands minus the original Marshallian demands. The income effect is given by the final Marshallian demands minus the Hicksian demands. The total effect is given by the final Marshallian demands minus the original Marshallian demands. It is also given by the sum of the substitution and income effects. As you can see, the total effect of the good whose price does not change is 0, since its substitution and income effects cancel out. Also, since the substitution and income effects act in the same direction for the good whose price changes, this is a normal good. In this case, the total effect is negative because the price has increased. All Cobb-Douglas utility functions exhibit normal goods since the resulting substitution and income effects always act in the same direction. I wrote a paper where I proved this mathematically for Hicksian compensation and Slotsky compensation. Lastly, the compensating income change is just the compensated income minus the uncompensated income. I have coded all of these steps, as well as numeric and graphic calculators that instantly find all demands, consumption effects, utilities, and incomes from any numeric values you may choose. All you need to do is click on the right of each number here to make the calculators find all the respective optimized variables from your choice of numeric values. You can use these graphs to study how the equilibrium points change, utility functions shift, and budget lines change as you change the numeric values using these sliders. You can access all of these Wolfram language codes in my website linked here and in the video description below. Feel free to check out my other videos and website for more tools in microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics, and industrial organization. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content in economics, calculus, and statistics. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.